I'm Nancy Odegaard. I'm the conservator professor at the Arizona State Museum on the campus of the University of Arizona in Tucson. I'm here with my colleague Gina Watkinson. Say that again, Gina Watkinson, and we are part of a session on the care and curation of basketry at the ATALM conference in 2015. I'm going to talk a little bit about cleaning techniques for basketry. I like to work sitting down and using some plastic gloves. These are the nitrile gloves that are very common used. And we like to put a basket in front. This is a miniature, but it represents the size and shape of some common types of basketry. If I have it on a platform of cardstock or this piece of Volara of closed cell polyethylene foam, I can turn the platform as I clean, which makes it a little bit easier. I oftentimes use a brush, and I really like these fan-shaped, what artists call a blender brush. They have a nylon, and they're very thin and smooth. If you touch them, they're very, very soft. They work very well because you can flick dry particles off the surface. Now, to facilitate this inside, I like using a vacuum cleaner, and on a large object you really do better having more than one person, somebody to perhaps hold the basket and the vacuum cleaner or part of the tools, so it helps to have more than one. On a tiny basket, we'll imagine that this end of the vacuum is the hose and it runs to our vacuum cleaner. This large air opening, though, we like to protect, and we can use a variety of things. We can use some tulle netting and go over the top like this, and then use rubber bands to hold it. Or we can even use something like pantyhose and cover the surface like this. And that way we don't pull into the vacuum cleaner beads or feathers or stitching that we don't want to suck up. We just want the dirt. Another product is this bead cloth that's available, and when we use that, we cut a piece and cover the opening. And again, putting some rubber bands over the top, I would hold this near the surface, or someone would help me, and I can use a flicking motion and work towards the vacuum opening. And I start and I systematically move around the object. With a more sturdy basketry surface, I can actually go down near the surface with the soft bead cloth material and get some of the dry particulate out. And that's really how we vacuum. I often have a toothpick or a skewer nearby so that I can kind of look at something a little more closely to consider seeing what its texture is and whether I want to poke it off. If you do have items like feathers on the surface, you can also cover that area with a netting and then go over the surface with the brush and or the vacuum end and carefully remove the particulates. And that's kind of a simple way to clean basketry surfaces.